Man City could win a 5th title in 6 seasons if Arsenal lose Nottingham Forest on Saturday, or if they beat Chelsea on Sunday. Now, one man who I'm sure enjoyed every moment of yesterday, apart from his own team losing, is former Tottenham midfielder Jamie O'Hara, who joins us now. Jamie,
good morning.
Good morning. How are we?
We're all right, Jamie, my friend. And how are you? How was your
How are you,
weekend?
Woodsy? How you feeling?
How am I feeling? Are you trying it already, aren't you?
I'm just asking. I'm being polite.
I feel as though I've got to come in here and break the ice, right? Let's start things off in a nice, civilised manner. Jamie, how did you play at the weekend?
Let's just say, Ali, I'm still the chunk, and I realised very quickly that putting the boots back on isn't an option.
Jamie, I got a message from someone that wants to remain unnamed, and he said you got nutmegged by Edgar Davids. Is that true?
Edgar Davids, Aaron Lennon, Jermaine Defoe, the list can keep going. But I played in midfield with Yaya Toure, so that made my day. You know, I played with a Premier League legend. But no, it was good. Really good day, that Spurs team. Good. Actually, I was involved in. It was good fun. Really good day.
Were you on the Spurs team?
Sorry, I wasn't even on the Spurs team. I'm not a Spurs legend. I had to run around with Majestic playing up front. They got Robbie Keane and Defoe playing 1-2.
Oh my goodness!
I'm trying to fizz balls into Majestic. He's got trampolines on his feet.
Now, where do you want to start, Jamie? Because obviously, as a former Spurs player, we get you on to talk about Spurs, but I feel like you don't want to talk about Spurs, do you? You would rather talk about Arsenal.
Well, look, I've had a lot of messages, about me coming on and you're going to batter Woodsy and you're going to get into Arsenal. And yeah, look, the easy thing to do is to come on here and say you bottled it like that. Yeah, of course, that's the easy thing to do, and there is an argument for that where you've been in charge of the Premier League this season and they've thrown it away. But you have to have respect for what Arsenal have done as well. They've had a great season and they've come up short because the squad isn't good enough and no one can compete with Manchester City yet. And the only team that's been able to do it in the last 3-4 seasons, Liverpool. Arsenal have had a great go, but once they lost Saliba, and they've had to play Rob Holding at the back, it kind of just changed everything for them, and they just come up short, and they'll have to go away and deal with it. But they've had fantastic support this season. I think the fans have been brilliant for them. I think everyone's still got behind them, but they've come up short. And it's easy for me to come in here and gloat, but how can I come in here and gloat? Look at Spurs. We're embarrassing, so I ain't got much to really gloat about. Fair play, Arsenal had a go.
That's what I was going to say to you, Jamie, and I'm sadly, for your point of view, I'm not joking here. Spurs might actually be in the same boat as Arsenal next year in the respect that they might be playing a season without European football.
Yeah, of course. And I don't think we deserve it. I think the way we've played this season has been terrible. It's been diabolical to watch, in my opinion, some of the football. I was speaking to Spurs fans yesterday and they said they don't even want to go and watch it. And not only that, you say the football's not been great, but the running of the football club's been a disaster as well. We've got Daniel Levy there who, we've had opportunities. If you actually look at Manchester United and Newcastle's results recently, Spurs were still in with a chance when they sacked Conte to get Champions League, and he didn't bring in a manager. And you give it to Ryan Mason. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Ryan Mason. He's part of Tottenham. He's a great lad. Nice guy. But come on, you're giving someone a Ferrari, a Formula One car, and he hasn't even passed his test yet. Like, come on, you bring in someone who's actually knows how to get wins. Like, look at Aston Villa with Unai Emery. I think they're a prime example of what a manager can actually do at a football club. And, I think we failed miserably again this year to get the running of a football club right. And look, I was speaking to a lot of Spurs fans yesterday and Spurs players and ex-managers and all saying the same thing. Comes from the top. It ain't good enough.
Jamie, Kev Campbell, who would you...
Hi, Kev.
Mate. Who would you have...
I forgot you were there, Kev.
Hey, listen. I've just been listening to you, Jamie, and you know what? I've been loving it. But who would you have as Spurs manager, mate?
Look, I wanted Nagelsmann, Kev. I really did. And I think Daniel Levy is umming and ahhing over it. I would have had Pochettino. I think it would have been good to have him back. I don't think Daniel Levy knows what he wants. I don't think he's got a plan. I really don't. And I keep saying it. Yesterday, I was around a lot of people who were at that football club, and I was, what's going on? What's going on? No one knows.
But Jamie,
no one knows.
Jamie, the two managers you've mentioned didn't want to go to Spurs. So unfortunately,
what does that say though, Kev? I can say I want them, but if we can't get them,
but that's my point. But that's my point. My point is the two guys you wanted didn't want it. So who would you now go for?
Brendan Rodgers.
I think he'd do a good job.
I think so too.
Jay, do you think that incoming managers are going to sit there and go, well, what's the situation with Harry Kane though? Because surely that'll be a deal breaker. If you're going into Spurs and you're going, well, if Harry Kane is still there, we can still do a really good job with this team. If he's not there, that is a massive. I mean, that completely changes the complex of that job.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree, Laura. I think if Harry Kane goes in the summer, and there's going to be a saga again, isn't there? We know that. If he does eventually go, any manager coming in is going to be like, well, hold on a minute. He's the best player. Without him, we finish we're like Chelsea. We're awful without Harry Kane. Harry Kane's got us out of so many problems this season. So if he went in the summer, I think it's a massive rebuild, and he's someone that you can't replace. You can say you can replace him, but you can't. You can't replace one of the best strikers in the world, because unless you bring in one of the best strikers in the world, and one of them ain't going to come and play for Tottenham. So you are losing one of the best players in the world, and you've managed to have him at your football club for a long time. And I don't care how much money you spend on trying to get in different players. Look at Richarlison. He come in for 60 million. He scored 3 goals. So Harry Kane cannot be replaced, and I think the manager will look at that and go, you know what? Maybe this is a poison chalice, and maybe this ain't the right move for me as a manager to actually come in and take this job, because there's only one way Spurs are going without Harry Kane, and that's down.
Lee has sent us a message saying after you were so busy yesterday on social media that you've come on here and now you're fearing me. You won't. He said you won't have a go.
He's scared of you, Laura.
But it's easy to be a keyboard warrior, isn't it, Jamie? But then
when we have
a conversation,
Woodsy, all I said yesterday on Twitter was,
has
anyone seen Laura Woods? That's all I said. I didn't say nothing else. Yeah. That was it. But I come in here and I'll be respectful to Arsenal and Arsenal fans. But you did bottle it.
Jay, just on that topic, let's do it. Let's do it, shall we? Because we'll only get one opportunity, I suppose, to address it, really. But in terms of, you guys want Arsenal fans to admit they bottled it. You have to then also admit the only reason you want that to happen is because you want someone else to share the label.
Absolutely.
It's the only positive to your season would be trying to say that Arsenal bottled it, when in fact they've been involved in a title race and their team looks set for the next few seasons.
The best thing that happened to Spurs this season, and it's been unbelievable, is that Arsenal are going to finish second. It's simple as that.
Dreadful.
I mean, let's not beat around the bush here and start saying that this and that. Yeah, of course, unlucky Arsenal. But I'm overjoyed. Of course, I've been sat there every week praying on teams to beat them. But that's because I'm a Tottenham fan. I mean, that's what I want. No one wants to see Arsenal be successful. No one wants... Ali's a Rangers fan. He don't want to see Celtic win the league every year, but they do, and he can't do nothing about it.
So the answer, clip this up, by the way, because the answer next time I get Spurs fans all over me on social media, all over the text this morning, up really early, sending your messages in, and Arsenal bottled it, is Jamie just admitted it, because it's literally the only thing that's given you joy this season, is that Arsenal missed out on winning the league. And if that's where you are, that's a sorry state that we are. Jamie,
Woodsy, Woodsy, I've got absolutely no shame in saying it. Woodsy, you bottled it.
Jamie, Jamie, you can go in as much as you want, my love. But if you asked me, would I rather be in Arsenal's position right now or Spurs' sorry position? They can't even ask. They can't even pay a manager to come and manage their team, who you described as a Ferrari earlier on.
We are.
We're Ferrari. Shameful, you are a Robin reliant, my friend. I love you.
We're shameful.
I will speak to you again.
Absolutely shameful.
Clip that one up as well.
You finished second in a one-horse race.
Right, Jamie, my friend, that is it. I'm not going to get wound up with you because I've got to go to a break. Everyone is screaming in my ear. I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Jamie, are you back on tonight, by the way?
Tonight.
I'm on tonight, yeah. Me and Cundy, we're back in business.
Jamie.
Sports Bar from 10 p.m.
Cheers,
Representing
James.
Spurs
Cheers, mate.
and Chelsea tonight at 10 o'clock.
Cheers later.
Taking all of your calls. And that is after a massive game, by the way. 8 p.m. kickoff. Leicester against Liverpool.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.